Hey, what's going on, guys? It's David here from Genzio. We're in Denver, Colorado for ETH Denver, and I'm with Graham. Graham, man, how's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
Very good.
Yeah.
Day 3, getting the opportunity to talk to cool people like yourself.
I'm sure you're tired.
Oh, I'm really not.
No?
I'm really not. No, this conference, I've done a much better job of not going out so hard at night.
Yeah.
And it's definitely a clear sign that I should probably keep doing it this way.
I think it's probably the right way.
Because I feel great. It's day 3, and normally by day 3, you're feeling like, man, this is tough. But no. It's been excellent.
Good. This is my first year, so.
Okay,
Yeah.
first ETH Denver, first Web3 event in general?
Yeah, that's a good question. Second Web3 event, first year in ETH Denver.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what do you think?
I'm digging it. I actually I've heard there's been lots of noise in years past and
Yeah.
a lot busier. So I kind of like that the noise isn't all around here. It seems like there's a lot more signal. I've been able to meet a lot of really cool people, all the way from, retail traders to fund managers. And so I feel like I don't have the experience with other years, but it feels like there's a lot of signal here where maybe in years past there hasn't been.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny. Everybody I've had the chance to sit down with and talk to, we've addressed this.
Oh, okay.
And
we don't have to do it again then.
No. We should, because I think anybody that will see this will say that was maybe talking, shit about ETH Denver this year is going to say, wow, I haven't heard anything negative at all. Because the truth is, we are in a physically smaller space, but it's cleaner. I think it's cleaner. I think the quality of the people I've met are much higher.
Awesome.
And you don't find yourself in conversations with people where it's like, you're trying to find an out,
Yeah.
Because sometimes you might meet somebody that's talking to you about something and you're like, fuck, let's get on, And am I wrong?
I gotta go to the bathroom, man.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the out.
But there hasn't been any of that. And I think that's a testimony to show, hey, the quality is still there. And whether you want to call it a bear market or not, I think that it's filtered out the BS, and you have people left here that are truly, truly in it.
I don't think it matters if it's a bear market or not. I think what's important is that as price goes down, the kind of noise and riffraff gets separated out. The ones that are tourists kind of flock away. And we're left with the people that actually care about the space, care about the technology, are building really cool shit. And they don't care what the market's doing, right?
Yeah.
They're in it for the tech.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, I'd love for you to introduce us to what it is that you're doing.
Yeah. So I actually am the founder and CEO of a company called Merger Labs. We're building what's called Token Merger Protocol. It's the first on-chain consolidation primitive for crypto. So what does that mean? Think of mergers and acquisitions in traditional finance. Companies acquire other companies. They roll up competitors. They gain market share through acquisitions. So there's kind of two sides of that. One, the dominant player gets to expand quicker. It's also a graceful exit for projects that are maybe struggling or don't have the traction that they need. We're bringing that same concept on-chain with crypto. So what our protocol allows is for token A to merge with token B, and the entire user base of token B gets converted into token A without the users taking a single action. A single transaction on-chain allows that entire merger to happen. So it allows you to kind of combine communities, combine network effects, and roll up tokens in a way that doesn't exist right now. So really what we wanted to solve for was the fragmentation in crypto. There's over 15 million tokens that are out there. People that are just coming to crypto have no idea what they want to buy. They're inundated with options because we have this fragmentation problem. We've made it so easy for tokens to launch that anybody can do it. There's literally no barriers to launching a token, but we have no cleanup mechanisms for rolling those all up and consolidating them and making the market more efficient. And so our protocol is solving for that by taking the same approach of mergers and acquisitions that happen in traditional finance and bringing it to the token layer.
Okay. And now, by attending an event like this, and you said this is your first ETH Denver, what do we want to achieve?
Exposure, 100% exposure. I'm lucky enough that they invited me to speak on the main stage soon after this, where I kind of get to make the argument and the market structure argument for why consolidation primitives are necessary in crypto. But it's all about networking and meeting people.
Okay.
We've been building in stealth for 18 months, and we have not shared a single thing we've done with the outside world. So this type of opportunity is great to find people and meet people, explain what we're doing, kind of test our messaging, test our hypotheses. And really, it's awesome watching the light bulbs go off when you explain this to people and they're like, holy shit, like, why don't we have that? It makes complete sense. we need it.
Yeah.
So 100% about networking and getting out there, getting the message out there, and hopefully bringing some value back to the space by solving a problem that's been persistent and really hasn't been addressed yet.
Okay. Now you mentioned you're going to be on the stage to speak about what was that again?
Okay, so the
Said if you can give it to us before, that'd be awesome.
yeah, the presentation is called the $40 billion graveyard, why crypto has no M&A infrastructure. So really what I'll be talking about is the market structure argument. We're going to go through kind of the history of M&A in traditional markets, why M&A is necessary, all the way back to oil, Rockefeller rolling up independent refineries. If we look at what's happening currently, Microsoft bought GitHub, Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, how that gives them a dominant position, and how we have no mechanism reflecting that in crypto yet, but there's a demand for it. So we've seen some of the need. If you're familiar with like ASI Alliance, the Artificial Superintelligence Alliances, Fetch, Ocean Protocol, and Singularity Net, they tried to do this. They tried to merge those 3 tokens into one. It's a manual migration process. So users have to go to some sort of migration contract, swap out their token in exchange for the new token. MakerDAO to Sky, if you're familiar with that transformation. Again, it requires users to go to a migration contract. And so they only get about 70 to 90% participation because users have to be aware of this and actually manually go swap their tokens out. What we do is we provide that as seamless infrastructure. So the conversation is really about how this type of primitive, this type of market infrastructure allows our ecosystem to evolve and clean itself up through market forces.
Okay, awesome, man, awesome. Now, this year, what can people be excited about with you guys? You guys have came out of stealth mode. That's very exciting. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What can people be excited about?
I think developers should be excited because this is a completely new optionality that tokens that are launching today don't have. The ability to have optionality of either growing your user base by acquiring your competitors, or if you're struggling, having another dominant project essentially acquire your project without hardly any additional cost or overhead is extremely exciting, should be exciting for developers. It's free optionality. And in that optionality is how we kind of grow the network of investable or acquirable assets. And network effects just compound from there.
Okay, awesome, man, awesome. Now, where can our viewers follow you guys to stay up to date?
Yeah, so we are just coming out of stealth mode. You can follow us at Merger Protocol on X. You can hit up our website at mergerprotocol.com. And that's kind of mainly our 2 venues. You can hit me up too. You can find my email on there. Our GitHub repos, we have some public repos, but we do have IP on kind of the core algorithm of this. So we keep a lot of it proprietary until we go live on mainnet.
Cool, man. Well, Graham, I got to say thank you very much.
Thank you.
Excited to hear you speak on the stage.
Absolutely. Yeah, come join.
I will.
Sweet.
Hey, what's up?
But it's not something Genzio is afraid of.
If you want to survive, you got to build a
How
hive.
many know we do not understand that we do not want
Ladies and gentlemen,
Get back at the Genzio Media House.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for joining us today.